Welcome, Tamers. I'm Jack, also known as Jack Attacks. If you're interested in winning a box of Battle of Omni, make sure to check out the link in the description below to find out how to enter. Today we are going to take a look at upgrades Blue Imperialdramon got in BT5. Let's get to the video. Everybody remembers the Imperialdramon of BT3 when set 1.5 came out, if they were playing during that time period. And oh boy, was it good. Well, good news, it's time to bust out that old deck and revive it. With the addition of BT5, we get some much needed help. With the BT5 release, we get a second level 6, and guess what? It has jamming too. Well, kind of. The new Hexablumon gives us a second boss monster to play alongside Imperialdramon. With the Digivolution cost of 3, we can easily play it and not pass turn. Its when attacking trigger states when you attack, we get to trash the bottom 2 cards of an opponent's Digimon stack, and if they have a Digimon that has no Digivolution sources under it, it gets jamming. This plays right into the theme of the Imperialdramon deck. The really good part of this card, however, is its all turns ability. It states any Digimon without Digivolution sources cannot attack or block. This allows us to basically make blockers invalid or prevent a Digimon from attacking, hopefully stopping lethal. Since we are talking about removing Digivolution sources, we should talk about the new level 5 Digimon we get, and that's Paildramon. Paildramon has a when Digivolving ability that allows us to trash the bottom card of an opponent's Digivolution stack. This helps turn on the Hexablumon all turns ability as well. Then there's the inheritable that states on your turn if an opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution sources, gain security attack +1. This acts similar to Paildramon under Imperialdramon, as you get to check 2 security for 1 attack. It is not as good obviously, but has synergies with Omnimon as well, giving him security attack +1. Remember, there must be a Digimon in play for these abilities to work, as no Digimon in the play area will not cause them to trigger. Next up we have Sora and Joe, and this card is actually probably one of the best tamers in the set as it enables itself. So at the start of your turn you gain 2 memory if your opponent has a Digimon in play that has no Digivolution sources. Then on your turn when you attack with a blue Digimon, you may suspend it to remove up to 2 Digivolution sources from one of your opponent's Digimon. Alongside the Tamer Davis, this means you very easily could start your turn with 5 memory. Let's not forget Lomon is still a card, and this gives us another target to Digivolve on top of to get those sneaky attacks in. Speaking of those last attacks, we got a new shiny toy for this deck that fills a similar role as Lobomon. This is the new Blitz Omnimon. This card allows us another way to close games out. Let's take a look. Omnimon having Blitz allows us to attack even if you pass memory to your opponent's turn, allowing us to push lethal even faster. It also has when Digivolving unsuspend this Digimon. This works extremely well with the Imperialdramon game plan. As before with Paildramon under a Imperialdramon, you could check 3 security in a turn, and now can check 4. Let's run through how this works. We start by attacking with Paildramon, and then we Digivolve on top of it with Imperialdramon. Due to the Imperialdramon when Digivolving ability, it unsuspends. This allows us to attack for a second security, which then triggers the Paildramon's inheritable, unsuspending Imperialdramon. We then swing with the Imperialdramon for the 3rd security check. Next, we Digivolve on Imperialdramon with Omnimon, and we get to unsuspend Omnimon due to its when Digivolving ability. And since it has Blitz, even though we may have gone over on memory, we still get to attack for the 4th security check or potentially game. Now this is as long as you survive security checks, but as these Digimon have jamming besides Omnimon, the only cards that could possibly kill you are option cards. There's one new ad we haven't spoken of yet, and that is Omnimon. Omnimon is our new blocker for blue, that every other color already had besides red and blue before this set. It digivolves for cheap and provides a much needed blocker for the deck. You may have also noticed we trimmed Diaboromon down to 1 copy, and the reason for this is Diaboromon was always your second choice over Paildramon. And with the addition of Paildramon, we no longer have to play it. Yes, Paildramon does not reduce the cost of Imperialdramon, but has the potential to allow us to have security attack +1. Between Hammerspark and the combination of Davis and the new dual tamer, you should be able to Digivolve into Imperialdramon easily enough without passing turn. The rest of the deck is pretty standard, with the level 3 package not changing much. Vmon is still potentially one of the best level 3 Digimon in the game, and Gabumon keeps the fuel running. Strabimon still sees play and gets slightly better with the addition of 2 more tamers it can grab. Electmon is just our cheap level 2 we can play on board to play those Rookie Rush style games. The level 4s stay the same besides the addition of the new Colemon. Globomon is played for the tricky plays allowing us to finish games out of nowhere, and XVmon allows us to restand Vmon after attacking with it to keep it safe. Or a more advanced play when your opponent has a blocker attacking with another level 3 and your opponent allows it to go through so they can block Vmon, and then you Digivolve on top of the Vmon or the other level 3 to restand the Digimon you just attacked with. The thing I'll probably get most crucified for is 3 Hammer Sparks, and yes, I agree, Hammer Spark is good and definitely should be in the deck. I think making room for Hexablumon and Soren Joe, something had to be sacrificed. My trade-off was 1 level 3, 1 level 4, 1 level 5, and 1 Hammer Spark, as I would like to have 1 more of each. Tell me in the comments below what changes would you have made instead. Last off, we play the Vmon Digitama that states trigger draw 1 once per turn when attacking with a Digimon that has jamming. This is standard and there's no reason to deviate here. In conclusion, I think Blue Imperialdramon is a solid deck and got several good upgrades moving into the BT5 format. If you aren't prepared for it, it could easily run you over. I would suggest this deck moving into the BT5 format, and even after that as we get new tools in the next 2 sets that make this deck even stronger. Remember, if you're interested in a chance to win a box of Battle of Omni, check the link in the description below. I hope you found this video informative and enjoyable. With that being said, I'm kinda done here and I gotta go. Bye.